All right. Hello, everyone. We are going to start here in just 60 seconds. So thank you for getting on and for taking the time to check out our Lifevantage opportunity. So hope everybody is recovering from their past Easter weekend. We had a great family time down here, and hope you guys are not too cold up there. For those of you who are still in the north, I hope things are thawing out there. So, all right. Well, listen, we're right at 9 o'clock, and so we're going to begin. Again, I want to welcome everybody to our Lifevantage opportunity. We are at the forefront of nutrigenomics. My name is Daniel Bernard, and I've been with Lifevantage now for over 11 years. And so let me begin by this giving this disclosure that the presentation is not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that a distributor can or will earn through the Lifevantage compensation plan. Distributor's success obviously will depend upon individual diligence, work ethic, and market conditions. Lifevantage does not guarantee any income or rank success. And the statements that you'll hear regarding our products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to cure, treat, mitigate, or prevent any disease. Okay. Having said that, you guys, we are Kathy and I, married with 6 children, and well, our adult lives have been in ministry. We run a nonprofit organization called Somebody Cares Tampa Bay, and a little over 11 years ago, I guess, a pastor that we knew who was very successful, and yet had acute fibromyalgia difficulties, often just getting around after exerting himself, told me he could no longer claim medical disability because of a particular product, and he encouraged me to watch an ABC primetime investigative report. Ultimately, we finally did, and in doing so, we said, wow, I had never heard of oxidative stress, but if this is real, and this can do what it says it does, this could be really big. And so ultimately, we saw an opportunity to share where we're going to share where this meets a basic human need that everybody has. And we have something that is validated and the only product to be able to scientifically do what it says it does, which you'll be hearing about in just a second. So in doing that, so we got on the product, actually became distributors, and with our goal actually was that we will be able to use this as a vehicle to actually raise our own personal income and not have to take a salary from our nonprofit. And so literally in 13 months, we were able to give back my salary. In 16 months, we gave back my and my wife's salary back to our nonprofit and haven't taken a salary since then. So it ended up obviously being very good for us, and a residual income because honestly, we work full time in the ministry still. Even though we were making that good money, we were still working full time in the ministry. So it becomes a residual income in effect for our nonprofit because they don't have to pay us. So it's been a huge win all the way around, and of course, it's been a win-win for us because we're blessing people in their health, and those who've joined us have also been blessed financially as we have. So having said that, the problem is that we have here, guys, is something called oxidative stress. Now, I had never heard that term, and you're going to see how big of a deal it really is. But basically, oxidative stress takes place within our bodies just because of the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe. It's just a natural course of our physiology, exercising too much, exercising too little, toxins and so forth out there in the environment, radiation from your phone, the Wi-Fi, and blah, blah, blah. It all adds to something called oxidative stress, which is, you can see here, it's really kind of like as this apple, it's being oxidized and it's beginning to brown, as we know, anytime we cut open an apple. And so that's what actually free radical damage does. It oxidizes the body, and we begin to rust from the inside out. So it's those little free radicals, those damaged cells that go around, and they begin to feed off the other healthy cells. And that's what you call the byproduct of free radical damage. Is called oxidative stress. Now, it's really big because you see on the chart on the right that free radical damage and oxidative stress attributed to all these areas that in our total body. And of course, whether it be the heart or the lungs or the brain and so on, skin, every area, most organs in our body. And of course, a lot of that attributing to, experiencing tremendous amount of inflation in our heart and everywhere else within our bodies. So you can see there, it really does affect our total bodies. And so oxidative stress is a big problem. And I'll even get into that just a little bit more, how big. But obviously with this big problem, we started on the path way back, in some many years ago with Dr. Joe McCord, who discovered that enzyme superoxide dismutase. And he discovered that this enzyme, its job was to eliminate free radicals. However, what he found was that these enzymes, as we grow older, they begin to slow down and they stop working. And so that's why they call them free radicals, as in nothing is stopping them from doing the relentless daily damage on our bodies. Now, with that, knowing that those enzymes, and we'll talk about others, are no longer working, then he said, how can they be activated again? And so for his discovery of helping to put these 5 herbs together to do their work of bringing about a product that activates those enzymes once again. Dr. McCord has won the Elliott Crescent Award. Now, the Elliott Crescent Award has been won by people who started whole industries because of their invention. Henry Ford and the automobile, Alexander Graham Bell and the telephone, and the flight industry now with the Wright brothers, right? And so now the area of nutrigenomics, if you will, where you have food and so forth affecting our genome, our genes, and so in other words, Dr. McCord is right up there with all those famous people that we know that have started these industries, and so he's thus was awarded in that way. So and for that discovery. So now how it works is why it's so big is I want you to check it out. So what we do in order to eliminate free radicals, you take something called antioxidants. Now the antioxidants can come in pills. It can become vitamin C, vitamin E, blueberries, broccoli, oranges, and so forth. And they all have the ability to eliminate free radicals, but they do that on a one-to-one basis. In other words, for every one antioxidant molecule those foods or those pills can produce, it'll take out one free radical. Now, the problem with that is that your body is made up of somewhere around 40 trillion cells that are producing these free radicals every second of every day. So you can see one-to-one will never get it done. And so, it's just, they're just not effective. Now, there's been a big buzz, as we know, even still today, you'll see commercials. I was driving down the road in Georgia, and it said the pecan, the antioxidant nut, believe it or not. So everybody's picking up on the word, using it as a selling point, and yet the reality is it's really not that effective in dealing with free radicals. So with Protandim, it's 5 herbs that work synergistically together, and it penetrates the cell, and it sends a signal to those antioxidant enzymes. And we're going to discuss them a little bit further, but we already mentioned superoxide dismutase, or SOD, and catalase and glutathione and so forth. And what we find is that when those enzymes are turned on, they eliminate up to 1 million free radicals every second per second. So literally, this works not because it is the antioxidant, but because it can turn on the antioxidant enzymes. Our bodies work literally millions of times better than what we can ingest into our bodies as antioxidants. And so that's the beauty of this. That's a big selling point, guys, when you think about, wow, we've got something. And because antioxidant industry is like a $30 billion industry, we have something that literally works 1 million times better. So because it turns on your own body, which is much more effective, right? So as I mentioned here, what we see is, ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea, milk thistle, and turmeric are what, many of you are familiar with some of those, turmeric and cooking and green tea and all that. Now, the key is to say, well, I'll just take enough green tea, or I'll take, I take that, or take turmeric or whatever. Well, it's not all about those individual parts, but it's how they work together synergistically. And that's why we have 8 patents on the product. We'll show just a second, because obviously you can't patent a banana or herb, but it's a synergistic effect that brings about this activation possibilities. Okay. So we can see here, we mentioned catalase increases 54%. By that's, some of our people who've taken our product have actually had their gray hair turn dark again. Well, that's because of the catalase. Increases glutathione, and now by 300%. Huge. Glutathione is the mother detoxer. And so, and also just to know that, glutathione also, by the way, Dr. Keller out of Yale University mentioned, and it's true, that glutathione is an enzyme that most cancer patients are deficient of. So, in fact, today, a lot of people, when they go get, if they have a Parkinson's or some other cancer in the cancer family, they get glutathione injections. So you can either go get those expensive injections, or why not take our product, right? So and we can't say we can cure, prevent, or mitigate cancer, but if you're deficient in glutathione, and that's one of the problems with cancer patients, would it make sense to then get our product and increase your glutathione? I believe the answer is yes, right? So as you can see, there's 8 patents, and here's the thing. We've got 20 peer-reviewed studies, 31 university studies in total, and it's in journals. 4 of the studies were done in the heart at Ohio State, Virginia Commonwealth, Harvard Medical, the American Heart Association sponsored some of those studies, and it entered into several journals, and that's what doctors want to know. Is it peer-reviewed? What journals did it enter? Well, it entered into the journal called Circulation. That is the Journal of Cardiologists. Huge, guys, right? And when have you ever seen an all-natural product with this kind of bells and whistles and credentials, if you will, right? You never have. This is a one-of-a-kind product. And so we are onto something very big here, and we're very excited about it to share with the whole world. We get that opportunity, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. Now, with that same technology, again, 5 herbs working synergistically together, penetrating the cells and activating our antioxidant enzymes. Well, we have another, we call this our tri-synergizer, and they work synergistically as well, giving even better effects, because what you saw is that protandim will lower oxidative stress by an average of 40%. Now, oxidative stress is at the very center of why we disease, age, and die. You'll find, as we went to that pubmed.gov, where those studies are being, the National Institute of Health, and what we find is that you type in oxidative stress cancer, oxidative stress diabetes, and so forth, you'll see 30, 20,000, all total, over 200,000 studies relating oxidative stress to a whole, hundreds of diseases. And so if you can lower oxidative stress, that means that, help is on the way in regard to, potentially, helping in those areas where these maladies are taking place within your body. So, of course, it's always good for the most important reason is that It'll help be like a refrigerator to your body. It'll isolate and insulate rather your body, and keeping it, I call it like a refrigerator. You refrigerate your food not to make it taste better, but so that it would preserve it, right? And so that's what it does. It preserves your body. I call it, almost like putting up, if your body's always under attack, it can't heal itself. But when you begin to block out and eliminate some of these free radicals, then what happens is that it's like a shield, right? A protection. And then it gives the body an opportunity to begin to heal itself. And so when it's not always under attack. So just to add a few more things to our NRF2 Protandem. NRF1 is the same thing. It goes in, penetrates, and begins to activate the growth of your mitochondria, your energy base within your cells. Not only increases the production, but also actually repairs the mitochondria as well. So when you think about that, think about how long your heart's been beating here. Mine's been beating now 65 3/4 years. And so that takes energy, right? And so, man, what do my lungs and my brain and all that continue to need energy, especially now at 66 years old, nearly 66? Absolutely. So, get that mitochondria, that energy base going, and in our bodies, that's a great deal. Also, the NAD, we lose about 70% of the NAD. The NAD is there to help our brain cells increase our clarity, focus, and energy, but it's also the manager. We have certain proteins that are in our body, and helps manage those proteins so that we have all the cells are functioning. If they're not functioning properly, that means that we can't function properly, right? At our best. Anytime, like you've seen, like, a mismanaged restaurant, right? You're like, a lot of people don't know what they're doing here, and they're not very good at what they're doing. Maybe the waiter needs to be the chef, or whatever the case may be. Well, that's kind of how it is in our bodies too. All the various proteins and what have you within our cells, they need to be doing what they've been created for, and the NAD helps to manage them, keep them in place, if you will. Okay, so all together, when these are taken together, they're good on their own and have their effect. In fact, the NAD is totally recouped within your body within 48 hours. But it helps the Protandem and the NRF1 increase in their efficacy. So really great stuff. And you can see we have a whole family of products here. We're just going to touch base with a few of them here. But I can tell you, one of the good things that you'll probably be concerned about is that they're all clean. There's this app called Think Dirty. And what it does is that you can just go through and download it, go into your household and start taking out the shampoo and the cleaning product, whatever. Just plug it into that Think Dirty app and see how toxic it is or is not. Like 8, 9, 10 means it's bad news. You need to get rid of that bad boy. But 1 and 2 is really clean, is really good, and that's where our products are. All of our products, they're right there at 1 and 2, clean, effective, healthy products, right? And so one of those products is called True Science. Now that's Protandem in a lotion form. So one of the studies at LSU, they saw with just Protandem that it helped break the cycle of skin cancer at stage 2. And that's what the peer-reviewed study says. And so why not make it then even more effective, not only just ingesting it, but applying it to the largest organ in your body, being that of your skin. And so you can see here, we have this gal up here, and you see her, lines here on our face. And then you go over to the right, day 7. Look at day 7, 7 days. Look at that, guys. Those aging lines are already gone. So then you can see eczema, psoriasis. I mean, I had a skin tag on my leg and it was growing. And my wife says, we need to go check that out. This is, could be bad and blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? I'm going to take this True Science and I'm going to apply it twice a day. 30 days, it's gone. It's never returned. Okay. So, it's great for stuff. We've seen all kinds of things, wounds, and my wife calls it the boo-boo cream. And just when you got grandkids, you keep it around because they skin their knee or what have you. Then we got the True Science to apply to help them heal so much faster. So great hair care, again, clean products. But look at it. Look how it's improved. I can tell you, at 53, when my dad died, his hair was this has really been able to really kind of keep whatever hair I've got left and actually keep it as even fuller. And so it's been great for me personally. But you can see how full and vibrant all this hair is. And of course, part of the hair care system that we have, it has NRF2 in it. So it's the only product with with the NRF2 in it, a hair care system rather. And you can see we also have it where it can help to actually grow hair. And that's a situation for both men and women. Then we have Axio. Now, something I take every afternoon. And it is just great. We've got great flavors, great taste, but quercetin and, all these great ingredients that goes with it, healthy energy, no sugars, no GMO, so on, no, vegan, blah, 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 all those things that you want. And man, it just gives you a nice boost without all the jitters and everything else, no sugars and what have you. So great product. And hey, even, we have here, like when this 9-year-old took the decaf of it with the Protandem, you can see how it's helped them. I was unable to focus here on the left. You can see his writing. You can see just a couple, actually 1 week after taking the product, look what his writing looks like. So we have several testimonies of helping kids with ADHD and so forth. So, when you get something like this, you hear about it again, man, again, this all natural product, and you go onto YouTube, you can see all kinds of testimonies. That's a people's own personal effect. And by the way, let me just share this too. If you get a chance, because we haven't mentioned this, we've got, a dog product called Pet Tandem, right? It's actually for mammals, cats, horses, because mammals have 7 times the oxidative stress of that of a human being. That's why when your dog is 10 years old, you say, oh, he's really 70 in dog years, right? Because they have 7 times the oxidative stress. And that's why their mortality is so much shorter. So, man, I tell you what, you can go on to the YouTube and check it out, especially the casting the dog on Protandem. It'll blow you away. But yes, what will you pay? We can go into so many testimonies about our own dog having seizures and then, living till 17 years old, but probably for the last 10 years of its life, not having any seizures because of our product. So, we can see our company, because we got product. Now we're talking about company. Our company is now, I think it's on its 13th year. We're in 27 countries. We need to change that slide. We're added another country. We're in the Philippines. And you can see that we went from basically this product was in the GNCs. We pulled it out of there and put it into direct sales. And we went from 0 to 2 million in just 4 years. And now the company's right around a quarter of a $1 billion company right now. We're debt free, which is great. And of course, we have tremendous experience management team that works with us here. And so the company is great. And trending, guys, you all know that, network marketing is obviously trending. It's a $240 billion industry right now, and where you can have your flexible hours. You decide when you want to work. You decide what your limits are as far as when you want to work and how much you want to make, really, quite frankly. And so it's all there for you, especially, as we're just coming out of COVID. What was the thing that everybody was looking for? When they couldn't go to their brick and mortar job, they were looking for a way to continue to make money, even in the midst of the pandemic. And they're thinking about, how can I stay as healthy as possible? Bam, we nailed both of them, right? So, very, very exciting, guys, that, and we are continuing to be in that space in a way that, that'll help you to accomplish, some of your goals, both health-wise and especially financially here. So questions you're going to be asking, and you're probably already thinking in your mind, well, how much is it? How do I get my investment money back? And how do I continue to make money? How much money can I make? And, of course, the big one, can I do this? If you're looking at it from potentially a business, and is this the right timing? Am I really tired of trading my time for money? So, the Protandem, there you see the products here, how you become a distributor, and the Protandem in itself, if somebody were wondering, it's the whole sale price as you become a preferred customer is $50, $49.99. So, but together you can see here we have your maybe you're not quite sure about, but you want to get in the business, but not quite sure of yourself, and as because perhaps you've never done this, and so you just kind of stick your toe in the water here, and you get the Premier Pack. And so it doesn't give you all the products, but it gives you some of the important products here: the Tri-Synergizer, the True Science Cream, our Axio, and our probiotic, which is fantastic. Are both are pre and probiotic. So that's your Premier package. And then, of course, secondly, if you're saying, "Well, I see this, I'm going to go for it," man, I want to be a part of this emerging industry, and we are the leaders of it, and I know I'm going to grow with it. So let's do this, and you can see all the product that you get there. So you end up being a product of all the products, be able to share that with others, and then you also get a year's training, which is worth about $1,200 in of itself. So you get about a $1,200 to $1,400 value. $2,000 value to $2,200 value for just $1,000. Now that's $1,000, and with that, you're in 10 seconds. You got your own website. You're now ready to go in business in 27 countries. That's right, virtually. You can go into business in 27 countries. You're good to go, and every payment is tracked. You don't have to worry about shipping the product in the Philippines or the UK or anywhere else. The company takes all that with you. All you've got to do is connect people, to our fantastic products and bless them with them. And as they enroll, then of course the company takes care of all the shipping and paying you on a daily basis. And so when you do share these products, you make a 40% one-time commission. It's called our Smart Start bonus. 40% commission on what they call the personal volume, the PV. And so very, very generous here. And so that's also true when you sign up somebody. So how do I get my money back? So if you sign up somebody, if you sign up late in the elite package, that's about $1,000. So you can think about in terms of 40% of that. Actually, the PV is $850. So 40% of that will put you around $350. Okay, and so 350 times 3, there you are. You're right at 1,000, right? So any package that you get, if you enroll 3 people in that similar package or higher, then you're going to get your money back. There's no time limit in doing that either. So you get your return on your investment. That can happen in a month. It can happen in a week. And so where is it that you're going to get into the traditional business where you can actually get your money back that quickly, just by enrolling 3 people? So once you enroll those 3 people, of course, you got your money back. And now I want to talk about how you make the big money. Now there's 6 ways and that we get paid. And one of those ways is what they call the royalty commission. This is the mailbox money. This is the Elvis money, the Michael Jackson money. They continue to make money even when they're dead because they did the work once and they continue to get paid. Now, just to show you a breakdown of how the royalty commission works. So I want you to see, first of all, on our first level here, is that it shows that if you had 5 distributors and they're all getting $200 worth of product. Now, as you can see, through all the products that we have there, the hair care system, the skin care, the pre and probiotics, the Axio, the NRF2, Tri-Synergizer, so on, a lot of products here. So not too hard if you're really going to be a product of the product and are serious about the business as you're using them, then, it's not going to be too hard to get $200 worth of product. So with that $200 of product, in fact, there's even a way to do that in another way, but let's just say $200 worth of product times 5 is $1,000. At the first level, you're going to get paid 2% or $20. Wow, that's not a big money, but the fact is that you just started with your first team of 5. And the key now is that we come alongside those 5 as we come alongside you, and we've trained you to get 5 people. Now we're going to do that with your first 5 people to try to get them 5. If we're successful, and that's what I love about network marketing, I'm not successful unless I make you successful, right? So it's not me climbing the ladder. It's me elevating you and helping you to get to fulfill your dreams and your passions and your desires. So, but those 5 become 25. So if they're all at $200 for the product, that's $5,000 worth of income coming in. And at that second level, you get paid at 5%. So that's $250 now that's going to come there to you on a monthly basis. Then if that 25 we get at 5, now it becomes 125. Now the company's now that's $25,000 worth of product coming in through your center totally. And another company's going to pay you $2,250. But wait, what happens is they don't just do one level at a time. No, they add up all the levels. So that would be a total of 2,220, right? And if you times that times 12, that's a $30,000 income. Now that could be replaceable income for some folks, right? That's really, really healthy. But look, guys, we're only at the 3rd level. How many levels are there? There's 9. You're at the 3rd level and you're at 30K on 1 out of the 6 bonuses. I love this. Just for grins, let's go to the next level, okay? So if the 125 we get 5, now it's 625 distributors, right? And so now you're bringing in through your team now 625 distributors. The minimum they're bringing in now, if they're all at $200 in auto ship, then it's going to be $125,000, right? And $125,000 now. I'm sorry, that the 3rd level is at 9%. And now we drop back down to 5% on the 4th level, but now you're going to get paid, you're going to get paid, $6,250. And you add that to the, $2,520, right? You're at $8,770. You're at 6 figures and you're at the 4th level of 1 bonus. Again, how many levels? 9. How many bonuses? 6. 1 bonus. Halfway, not even halfway through it, and you're at 6 figures. So really, really powerful. And I know that's perfect multiplication, so forth, and nothing's perfect. However, it does show you the power of just one of our bonuses. That's why we have one of the best compensation plans in the network marketing industry. So to just show you how that works out, if you could look here in the second column that's kind of in bold, you can see there people what they're making, their average income. Remember, we are a publicly traded company. So that means we have a higher bar, higher standard than other companies. And we are guided by the Securities Exchange Commission. We can't share these numbers with you, unless they've been vetted by them. So this is the real deal. These are not hype numbers. This is what people are actually making. Okay, so, and I love to just show you the middle ranks. Premier Pro 4 is making $1,500. This is poor time. $1,500 at Pro 4, $3,100 at Pro 5. Wow, almost $7,000 at Pro 6. That's nearly 7 figures, 6 figures right there. Pro 6, and then obviously you're well into 6 figures when you hit Elite Pro 7. And the cool thing about that is that the company will actually give you a Jeep Sport Wrangler, for if you maintain that Elite Pro 7 status for at least 12 months. So we got ours. We want other people to get theirs as well. All right. So look at those numbers. You decide, where do you want to be? What's the income that you need to be? For some people, they said, you know what? I just need another $600 a month. That'd make me happy. Okay, then that's great. We're going to help you to get there. Or you say, you know what, man, I'm working 2 jobs. I need an answer. I'm tired of trading time for dollars. Then, we want to get you to that Elite Pro 7 rank. And so it's our job to come alongside and help you. If you're teachable and so forth, we're here to help you to do that, because we do have a system, guys. As you can see, it's called the ITT, Invite Tool Team. That's part of our system, but we have all kinds of trainings. First of all, it begins just one-on-one with your enroller and in the team that's behind that enroller that enrolled you. We help to do that. Weekly virtual training calls, monthly regional trainings. We call it Lifevantage Academy. And then we have our national convention as well. So, we have the blueprint we call the launch guide that helps you to get your business started day one. We like to get people going day one. You're excited. You're just jumped in. Okay, let's get going. And again, if you're humble, you're teachable, we've got a system by which that we can produce success with you. All right. So we talked about the system. We talked about the compensation. We talked about the product. We talked about our company. Now let's talk about the timing. Is it a good time to be involved? So, I can guarantee you today, if you went out and talked to 10 people, 9 of them would not know about our products or the name Lifevantage, right? So, that's a good thing in the sense that the fact that there's no saturation point here yet. Now, this is a graph that's been called the S curve, done by the famous, known economist his name is Peter Drucker. He's known as the father of modern management. And so he basically took a historical look at how companies succeed and the growth process they went through. And he noted that when companies get around right where we're at right now, 200 million, there starts to develop a critical mass that takes place where the company is about now to launch into what they call momentum. You can see it right there, the word momentum. Well, it's during this period in lifetime of the company, it's where 80% of the growth takes place. So it's during these momentum years, and then they grow. That means they grow onto a multi-million-dollar industry or even billion-dollar industry, and so with up to even 1 million distributors. So having said that, I want you to understand that if we're at 200 million now, right, and we're yet to go through this momentum stage, does it make sense that as we go through 80% growth, that will be a $1 billion company? And guess what? If you're involved at this period of time, then you have the opportunity to grow with us to become that $1 billion company. What does that mean? That means as the company is growing and earning, so are you. So that's what's really exciting. So yes, it is a great time to be involved in our company. All the products that we shared with you that are so cutting edge with our NRF2 formulation and so forth. When we started, we just had one product. We just had our flagship product, Protandem. So such a great opportunity, great time to be in Lifevantage. So just want to encourage you. So we want to, join our family. So here we are, and just to understand that. Listen, we understand that maybe the business isn't for you right now. Maybe this is not the right timing for you personally. But we believe that if you're breathing, that means you're experiencing oxidative stress, and we believe our products are for everyone. So hope you'll join the family as a customer, and if not, then at least as a customer, because you've got oxidative stress, and even consider joining our family as a distributor, be an earner as you learn this industry. So thank you so much for being on tonight. We would encourage you to get back with the person that invited you, and you might have some other questions. And of course, we're available to help you to have those questions answered. And so don't feel hesitant to call us and let us know what you're thinking about, and we can see if we could help you to give you even more information so you can make a good business or consumer decision. Thanks so much for being on. You guys have a wonderful week. God bless you.